They say, keep your enemies close and watch your homies. Well, if you the real chosen, and I'm talking about the real chosen, you ain't got no homies. Your only homie is the Most High, man. And if you think I'm lying, you ain't the real chosen. Now, I've been through it, man. I got the right to speak about the chosen and everything we go through, man. I don't even supposed to be here. I've been set up so many times, man. I don't even know how the hell I even made it out. I have stories upon stories of people who told me that they loved me, that they was homies. And they threw me in a lion's den, man. I remember I met this dude. I met him through another guy, and he was a landscaper. This is how I got into landscaping. It was actually his uncle's business, Old Abe. Yeah, I say the name. It was Old Abe. It was Old Abe's business, the last black landscaper in LA, man. But his nephew, see, he was running the company because it was real big. So his nephew was running the company, and his nephew was also growing the weed. And this is where I got into growing weed and landscaping and growing everything and all of that through this cat. They hired me. And when we used to smoke in his garage, I used to wonder why he used to always make it a point to let people know and me know, hey, I love him, man. He my brother. It ain't nobody that I love more than him. I love him. It always used to feel weird, man, but he used to say that. And we used to cut the grass. They used to pick me up in the morning. We used to smoke big blunts because he had the dreads. He was connected with all of the people with the weeds and stuff, man. And this is when I was just a, immature type mind. I was probably, let's say, 23, 22 or 23, man. I looked up to this dude, man. Especially when he said he loved me, because I never had a damn father, so he was my role model, man. For some reason, I wanted to just grow weed and cut grass all throughout LA. I decided to make that my occupation, man. I looked up to the cat. We went to Griffith Park and we used to run. We used to do miles, me and a couple of more guys, because there was more of us that was on the team too. I remember King James. If anybody know me, they know what I'm talking about. They know who I'm talking about. You remember King James and Cal Muhammad? Yeah, they was my boys. They was my brothers. Cal Muhammad said he loved me, man. Like I was his little brother, man. We used to drink smoothies, man. We used to cut grass all throughout Hyde Park and 10th Ave and all where Nipsey Hussle and them used to be, man. We used to cut the grass, man. He knew a lot of people, man. I smoked the bombest weed. Until one day, man, keep your enemies close and your friends closer, or however it goes, man. If you the chosen, damn near everybody is your enemy except the Most High. So one day, he used to pick me up, him, King James, a couple of more people. We used to go to this place called the Cotton Club up there by the Roscoe's on the west side. Not the Roscoe's where PNB Rock got smoked. You see, I don't even know why PNB Rock even went to that damn Roscoe's when he should have went to the Roscoe's by the Cotton Club that I'm talking about, the good one, by Crenshaw. It was a thing called the Cotton Club. And it was real Freemasonry type energy, man. They had a pool table, a bar, all that. It was a lodge. It was nice. It was dark. You hear what I'm saying? You could smoke weed up in there. A lot of people came in and out of there when I was up in there, and it was these two brothers. And they was having a think tank. And I sat down with Cal Muhammad and King James. And inside that think tank, it's like they was picking my brain, man. I was with one of my homies. I'm not going to say his name because he is my homie. And when we left, he was like, hey, didn't it seem like them dudes was picking our brain? Didn't it seem like them dudes was homosexuals? Ain't this stuff kind of weird? And I was like, yeah, man, it's kind of weird. Well, Cal Muhammad and King James, they used to pick me up, man. And we used to go to the Cotton Club and go to this think tank and all of that by the Roscoe's that PNB Rock should have been going to. We used to do that, man, until one day they picked me up. I don't know why this day I wore a lot of blue. Even though I don't gangbang, I'm not affiliate. Would you believe that I wore some all-white Chucks, All-Star Converse, with some blue laces? Now, I didn't have the blue laces because I'm a Crip or nothing. It just went with this one outfit that I bought. I mean, it was a total square outfit. But this day, I wore them shoes and another shirt without that outfit, not thinking. And as we go into the Cotton Club again, Cal Muhammad's truck stop. So we in the middle of Crenshaw. His big maroon Suburban is stopped. I'm high as hell in the back, not knowing what's going on. He just said it just stopped. So they call this one dude, this tow truck driver, to come tow us. So the tow truck driver comes and get the van, and we hop up in we hop up in the tow truck inside the front of the tow truck, and we drive it, and we go into this alley, and then we pull up in this backyard and all of that type of stuff, right? So I gets out, we all gets out. You know, I'm with Cal Muhammad. A friend of Cal Muhammad is a friend of mine, and the friend of Cal Muhammad's is a friend of whoever's Cal Muhammad's friend, I thought. So when I go in the yard, it's a lot of guys. I see pet boys. I see that it's an active yard, right? We go right into the yard. People playing dominoes, some people lifting weights. Dude on the foam over there, I could tell it's active. So I go there, and usually when I go to places with Cal Muhammad, everybody is cool, Afrocentric, dreads, Lamar Park, beads and crystals and shit, right? But this day, when I say what's up to different people, like, hey, how you doing, all of that, they look at the ground. Nobody like me. And I'm like, what's up with these dudes? So I'm walking around the backyard. I don't see Cal Muhammad no more. I don't see King James no more. Now it's just me in the backyard with a gang of dudes that I don't even know. See, when we went in the backyard, they went into the back in the back door of the house, and then I didn't see them no more. Like, I didn't go inside the house, right? So all of a sudden, I'm sitting there feeling weird and out of place and isolated. Now this nervous, scared feeling is coming on me. And I'm like, oh, man, like, where am I even at? Like, you know how you wake up and realize, like, you know, the dangers of things, the spidey senses, man. The spidey senses started tingling, man. I started getting scared. And I'm thinking like, no, but I'm with Cal Muhammad and King James. They righteous brothers. But my spidey senses is tingling, and my spidey senses, they never lied to me. You see, when we rode up to the backyard, the van that we did the landscaping with was already there. I looked at that like, hey, you parked here already? He was like, yeah, we already parked here. Like, this the homie. We parked here overnight. We don't have a parking space by our house tonight. So we parked here. So I'm like, all right. But now when my spidey senses is tingling, I'm like, the van is already here. So I go out the backyard because I'm feeling a lot of heat. And I'm feeling scared now. And I go to the alley, and now I'm looking around the alley, and it said Divine Bloods. And immediately the voice in my head said, look down. And I looked down in my shoes, the blue laces, and I said, oh, shit. Now there's a lot of Bloods in LA, man. And I ain't taking down no credit from none of them or downplaying none of them, man. But when it comes to the devil lanes, it's a reason that they call them the devil lanes. Now, these are Crip killers. There's Crip gangs that's straight blood killers. There's Crip gangs and blood gangs that that's like, all right, whatever, we'll get you, but whatever. But then there's some gangs out there like devil lanes that they not giving out no damn passes, man. You hear what I'm saying? So I already knew what was finna happen. I knew it. I seen it. I seen it, man. And then soon as I realized that, I looked at the alley, the far end of the alley, and it was a dude all flamed up, a little swole dude. He was all flamed up and red. And he was looking at me, and then he whistled the other way. And he signaled like, hey, come here to some more people. I didn't see him because, I'm just looking at him down the alley, and he looking at me like heated, like, you know what I'm saying? And then I look in the yard, and all of them was looking at me. And then King James came out the yard, and he went to the van, and he started it up. And I was like, hey, where you going? And he put it in reverse, and I was like, hey, nigga, where you going? And I started hitting the window like I was about to break it out. And he stopped. Something made him stop and unlock the door. He said, I'm about to go to AutoZone. They need some stuff. I'm going to be gone for like 20 minutes. I said, nigga, take me back to the east side now, nigga. And he looked at me like if he wouldn't have agreed with me, I was about to start beating this nigga to death and driving out of there because they was coming to kill me, man. These niggas tried to set me up. Keep your enemies close and watch your homies, nigga. If you the chosen, you ain't got no homies. This is why I'm hard. The trauma. I don't trust nobody. You hear what I'm saying? And he drove me back to the east side, scared. Cal Muhammad moved from Bellhaven Street near Imperial. He moved. He moved from Bellhaven Street 2 days. I ain't seen him since. I seen King James. Me and King James, we talked a little bit. King James was always kind of cool. I remember the last thing King James told me, he looked at me and he said, Tupac always knew them niggas was gonna try to kill him. He just was so cool that he didn't even trip because he trusted too much. And he kept saying, niggas trust too much. That's what make it easy. He kept saying that like, they don't even understand how I survived this, man. Just a few years ago, man, my mom said she had a dream. Years ago, she never told me, man, about somebody getting beat up in the backyard to death and buried up in the backyard of some guys. I said, why did they beat him? And she said, because he went over there thinking that he was cool and everything with some friends, and then they beat him and buried him up in the backyard. Man, that was supposed to be me, man. The Most High is the Most High, man. This is why I'm going hard on the beast. This is why they already tried to strike me. Now it's my turn, man. They can't even touch me, man. I proved it. I proved that the Most High is the Most High, man. I got people up in my family trying to snake me, man. The Most High is the Most High, man. And this is my passion. This is why I'm going hard. It ain't because of no damn money. I makes the money. I makes the money good. Do you need some money? Nigga, do you need a loan? You hear what I'm saying? The Most High is the Most High. Keep your enemies close and watch your homies. You ain't got no damn homies if you the chosen, man. If ain't nobody talking like this about the chosen, they making it seem like it's fun. You about to go and find some type of spouse and skip my loot through the damn daisies and shit, man. This is a hard life. I damn near killed myself a gang of times, man. I can tell you stories and stories about these snakes. I remember one time, man, and this nigga listening to me too. One of my so-called friends, we driving around all day, man, and we looking for a way to get some weed. And he my best friend. He like, yeah, man, when we get in the business, man, we gonna be brothers and all of this yappity yappity yap. So we go back up to his apartment, man. He was keeping his son as his baby mama work. He was an in-home father as she work and stuff, right? So we talking and all of that. We couldn't find no weed, and he digging up in his pants and different things. And he said, "Hey, man, look!" And he pulled out like a whole eighth of weed. And I'm like, "Oh, you manifested that, man. That's the bomb, man. That's cool." And then he like, all right, I'm about to go get a blunt at the Chinese store real quick. So me, him, and his son, we went to the Chinese store and he bought some blunts. He bought some Jolly Ranchers and all of that for his son, right? I hope you listening too. Because I always seen this, man. I just never said nothing. But it's our time now. You know what he told me after he bought them blunts? He said, all right then, man, I'm going to holler at you later. I'm about to go up in the house and take a nap, and then I'm going to go get my baby moms, and we're going to chill out later. And I was like, what? Because at this time, I'm such a fucking fiend for weed, and he is too, and this is why we was rolling all day, and now you going to just dump me off like that, man? That's scandalous. So I bent my head, and I said, all right, man. And I went to my mom's house, man. I sat on the couch. I damn near cried, man. Because, see, I'm loyal, man. I damn near cried, man. Like 20 minutes passed. This fool opened up the gate, ran up to my door with his son, and he didn't have his son. He knocking on my door, and I come out. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? What's up? And he like, hey, you want to smoke? I'm like, hell yeah, but what's up? Like, why are you doing this? And he said, hey, when I left you, I went upstairs and I started rolling up this blunt right here that we for the smoke. And before I finished rolling it, my son got real quiet. So I looked around and his whole face was blue. And I'm like, what? And he like, yeah, could you believe that the Jolly Rancher was stuck in his throat, man? And I'm like, nah. And he was like, I didn't know how to do the Heimlich or nothing. I just started praying. I didn't know where that shit came from. I knew where it came from. Stop playing with me. Although I didn't direct that. I didn't direct that towards this child because I didn't even know how to do it at the damn time. You hear what I'm saying? It taught him and me something at that damn time. You feel what I'm saying? I learned something at that damn time. This dude been trying to get me, man. This dude been trying to get me for a long time, man. And now as we waking up, now as we out this sleep, we could see it. We could see it, man. This dude been trying to get me for a long time. Look, I remember right before I went to Atlanta, it was my birthday, right? I manifested some money. And he just pulled up one night and he like, hey, what's up, man? And all this. And I'm like, hey, what's up? And he like, what you doing? I'm like, oh, it's my birthday. I'm just chilling. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go to Atlanta tomorrow and see my daughter and all that. And he like, oh, for sure. Hey, hop in, man. We about to go to Denny's, right? So we go all the way on the west side to Denny's and stuff, and we eating and stuff. And I'm feeling weird because he not really like this. He's a narcissist, but I'm cool. I'm just there. We eating and stuff. Then we go out. He's on the cell phone a little bit, and then we go out. And then all of a sudden he say, let's go to the gas station across the street. So we go. And then there's some females right there, right? So all of a sudden the females see me and they was on me. And they was like, oh, hey, what's up? And all this. And they was some little cute ones too. And I was like, in my brain, like, this is too easy, man. I'm not like the handsomest. I didn't have all this body game at that time. My confidence was low. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, I always felt that weird. Whenever it came too easy, man, I never trusted it, man. And that night, it came too easy. And she was like, one of them was like, hey, you want to come to our place and all of this? And I'm like, yeah. And they was like, look, one of them was like, shoot, I'll give you some head tonight, nigga. You fine. And he was like, dang, man, she on you. But what made me see how he slipped with that is because, see, he's a natural born hater. And whenever fine females around, he always hated and stuff. But this time, he was like, yeah, man, they like you, man. And I was like, nah, I'm cool, because in my brain, it was like, you about to see your daughter in the next couple of days. You haven't seen her in a couple of years. You got the money. All you got to do is wake up tomorrow and you're going to hop on the Greyhound and you're going to go to Atlanta. You're going to see all of these different states. You hear what I'm saying? I like going on the bus to, I like traveling, but on the bus and the trains and stuff to see the stuff. You hear what I'm saying? So, to sightsee. So, I was like, nah, I'm cool. I denied it. It took all the strength in my body too. And then I was like, nah, I'm cool. And he seemed like he was disappointed. And that whole night, it was like he was depressed and all of that. He even clowned me a lot with the Boondocks. The Boondocks episode, Homie Over Hoes. He used to always play that when I was around, like, this nigga would rather choose the homies over the hoes. But I really believe that nigga tried to set me up that night to sacrifice me. And I hope you hear that, man. Because the Most High is the Most High. And all my enemies are about to fry, man. Like, how they gonna fry? Not by me. I ain't touching none of them. You hear what I'm saying? Like I said, the people, I talk about what I want to talk about. The people who shot my brother up in the face, who was accused, both of them died, but none of them got killed by none of them. Nobody. One of them was real light-skinned, right? Like Tiger. And did you know that he just turned real black like Shaka Zulu and got real skinny? I think he had AIDS. He died. And the other one, who shot my brother, who was also trying to come get me, he died. He just dropped dead. I don't know. I think he was eating too many hamburgers or something. No, for real. I'm not just saying that sarcastically. There's hamburger stands in our neighborhood that me and certain people already said that they putting stuff up in them. Man, He ain't the only one that dropped dead. Look, besides being accused to shoot my brother, as a guy, as a human being, the guy that dropped dead, as a human being, there's a lot of people who've been dropping dead from that damn A&T burgers on Imperial and Avalon. What you talking about, man? They put poison up in their food, man. Y'all stupid. No offense to anybody. I just got this passion up in me because they trying to attack us right now, man. They on their last leg. And they going all out, man. So I'm going hard, man. I'm not going to be soft. I'm going to go hard. I'm going to do as many push-ups. I'm going to eat as right as I could. I'm going to be up in the Bible. I'm going to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments, man. And they better not be playing with me, man. And they better not be playing with you either because the big homies is here. I'm one of the big homies. It's a couple of us. We here now. We activated. Peace.